Hey, what's up guys? Brownie here coming to you with some AFKJourney, and today we're going to be talking about PvP. And honestly, for the foreseeable future, most of the videos that I release are now going to be pretty much strictly PvP videos because, well, I mean, there's plenty of sources of info for Dream Realm video team for Dream Realm teams and all the boss stuff. Like, that content is just done to death by everybody. So I'm not gonna do those kinds of videos anymore unless I personally discover some team that is better than what's out there. Then I'll do a video. But other than that, I just don't really see a point because there's already so many sources of info for it. So anyway, what I wanted to do today was just show you guys my PvP team, talk about it a little bit, talk about the core heroes that it uses and the most important heroes that it uses and how they synergize together. And then we'll check out some fights I've done in the past few days because I ran out of attacks today doing tests on other heroes like Brian and things like that. So anyway, the next video we'll do some quote-unquote live attacks. But anyway, the three core heroes to my team are Seth, Sylvina, and Vala. So I like to call this the SIL-VAL-ETH team. So, you know, you combine all three of those heroes' names together and you get SIL-VAL-ETH. I don't know, kind of corny, but whatever. These are the three heroes that are super important and synergize really well together. So the first hero we'll talk about is Sylvina, and the important skills that she has are the first strike. So Sylvina marks the closest enemy in a symmetrical position, flashes next to them, and launches an attack when the battle starts, dealing 300% damage, and that attack stuns for 5 seconds. So a lot of times you can target the Eironn on an enemy team and get him stunned right after his first tornado, and that can put a lot of it can disrupt a lot of the flow to their team. And when she has him stunned, she's also going to be doing Blade Vortex, where it says that Sylvina's normal attacks become Whirl Assault for the first 12 seconds of battle, and each Whirl Assault does, well, at the highest level it does 170% damage. And this is a very fast attack. It can get enemy Brian or an enemy Eironn down very low, and the trick is to get him below 50% HP, because what that does two things. The first thing it does is it gives Seth a Bloodlust stack, and if we come in here to his skills, check out, where is it? Hunter Instinct. So Seth gains a stack of Bloodlust when the HP of a non-summoned enemy first falls below, well, it says 33%, but down here at level 2 it's 50%. So first time an enemy falls below 50% HP, he gains a stack of Bloodlust, and that will give him 25 physical defense, 25% magical defense, and it also gives him 25 crit. And that's only for the first stack. And also for each stack he gets 12 haste and 10 life drain. And those two things he gets with every stack that he gains. So 3 stacks, that's 36 haste and 30 life drain, which is, it's a pretty nice boost, especially for a hero like Seth. And before you know it, he can be doing active after active. And the other part that's really cool about Seth is his skill Predator's Lunge. So Seth pounces on the weakest enemy in range, and the term in range is kind of moot here because it's a global range. It doesn't matter where he is on the battlefield, he'll jump to the weakest hero and cast this skill on them. And this skill does 180% damage, plus it also does 25% of the lost HP of the target. So if you're picturing the fight going on, Sylvina has Eironn probably below 50% HP. Seth is going to cast Predator's Lunge, and that's going to bring him straight to Eironn. And then he'll have a Bloodlust stack. He'll be doing damage to Eironn, usually getting him down to like 25%, or if he at least keeps him to stay below 50% HP. And that's the other important thing, because that will allow Vala, who will have an active ready at this point, to cast her active. And since Eironn's below 50% HP, she'll go into her melee stance doing true damage, and it'll basically just finish off the Eironn if Seth can't. And once that happens, he gets another Bloodlust stack. Things kind of compound onto each other, and those three heroes just start destroying people. Now, a lot of times Sylvina might die, and that's kind of to be expected because she's a little bit squishy, but her main role is to disrupt the start of the battle and really get a lot of damage out on the enemy hero that she has targeted. And that really just gets the ball rolling for Seth and Sylvina, or Seth and Vala, to take charge and just start picking off enemy heroes one by one. So anyway, yeah, that's about it for describing the team and their synergies. There's other little synergies that are involved, and I'll try to point them out as we take a look at some fights. But yeah, that's the gist of it. So let's go ahead and check out some fights I did here in the past few days. Okay, I wanted to pause it here quick because I forget to mention the artifact that I like to use with this team, and I like to run the Enlightenment spell because I keep Vala in the back row, and that keeps her immune to CC for the first 20 seconds, and then it also increases her attack speed, and she's just able to fill up her active very, very fast, and it's perfectly timed with pretty much getting Eironn below 50% HP and allowing her to get her melee form activated. So anyway, back to the video. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these fights. We'll take a look at this fight against Viper first. And I was using the Seth, Sylvina, and Vala team, the SIL-VAL-ETH team. And this team does really well against the Carolina version of the Eironn team, and also the version that has Huon in here, along with Damien and Thorin and Eironn and Arden. Now, the one it does have trouble with is the Scarlita version, and it's just mainly because Scarlita, there's so much RNG involved with the enemy Scarlita that it it can be tough. And the way I like to counter it is usually by running a Coco, and that can sometimes get the win for us. So if I go, I think Val runs. Yes, Val, he runs the Scarlita team, and if you notice, I took Sylvina out and put Coco in, and that got us the win. So we can we can take a look at that fight later, but I want to show you the team, or the fights with all three heroes in them. So anyway, let's just check out this replay and see how it goes. We'll try and slow it down so we can sort of see what's going on a little better. And all right, there we go. So we're gonna come over here. We got the Arden CC'd because it all depends on the positioning, and we did lose the Sylvina, which is okay. But also, when Sylvina gets a kill on her marked target, she fears the enemies, so that's just more disruption, and can really just put a damper on their fights. So got the kill on the Eironn. Now, the cool thing about Seth and his pounces is he can pounce over these walls and get to the heroes that are protected here, because a lot of times this back entrance, you can't walk in through here. See how Shakir he had to come all the way around, and that's mainly because this entrance gets blocked off by Damien's cart, or I don't know, it's just heroes just won't go in the back exit there, and it's a pain in the ass. So sometimes you'll have fights where your heroes are just standing there while one hero is fighting enemies behind that wall. And that's another reason why Vala is just such a good addition to this team, because she also has her ranged form and can just shoot the enemies that are behind that wall. So yeah, it's just one more thing that synergizes with the team. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another one here. I think Nayeki, we used Sylvina. Yes. Okay, so we can go ahead and take a look at this one. This is the Huon version of the team, so the heavily defensive one that a lot of people like to run. And you might be watching this video and thinking that my Scarlita is like the reason why I'm winning some of these fights and all that stuff, but really the only reason I use my Scarlita is for the shields that she provides. Her shielding can be huge for a hero like Seth and Vala, even Sylvina. It just can help a ton. But as you can see, those three heroes have just ran through this team, and they already won. 18 seconds into the fight, they've wiped the board. So it's a good way for you if you are facing other Scarletas, for example. It's a good team to get her to come down on the battlefield early, but it's also kind of hard because they're running a hero like Damien, and I'm not sure how he works, because I don't know if he's considered on the battlefield or not, because you have to kill, I think it's 3 heroes, and if you only have 4 heroes on the battlefield and Thorin resurrects 2 times, it's really hard to get the Scarletta to come down early. So yeah, for that reason, it's doesn't always work out. But let's take a look at another fight here. We'll check out the fight with Coco so we can see how the Scarletta fight went. Alright, so I think it was this one. Yeah, okay, so here's his Scarletta Eironn team. He has a Paragon Eironn. We do have Paragon Seth, and I did just today get Paragon Sylvina, so I can't wait to see how well she performs here in the coming fights that I get to do tonight and tomorrow and everything. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this replay out. So what I like to do here is line up all my heroes on the far right, and then put Coco on the other side of this wall, because she won't be sucked in by the tornado. And that'll either bring Eironn over here, which Coco will sometimes get a stun off on the Eironn, so will the Vala. And then Seth just did his Predator's Lunge, and they will get the kill here on Seth soon. Vala will do her melee target. Now she'll come over here, kill this cart, and then they'll try and focus this Hewin, and hopefully we can get her down before the Scarletta comes. And we didn't, but we have the Coco active, so now their Scarletta is going to have a ton of trouble getting us knocked off the battlefield and just getting our health into a position where she can knock us off the field. But she did one-shot the Vala there, so that was a pretty big hit. We just have to hope our Seth can kill her, and hopefully our Shakir too. We are getting another Coco active, and she's either going to get targeted over here, sometimes by the Scarletta, or she's just going to be left alone. And when she gets left alone, we pretty much win the fight. But anyway, there we got the win. And yeah, I think that's going to be about it. Let me see if we can find one more fight to check out. Alright, so here's one more fight we can watch, and this is against Doggo. Don't really know them, but he is also running the Hewin, Damien, Eironn, Arden, Thorin team, so the defensive version of the Eironn team. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I forget how he has his heroes placed, but let's see. We're going to get the stun on the Eironn here from the Sylvina. Notice how low she gets him, almost 50%. Now Seth's over here helping out. We're going to get the Vala kill on the Haywin because she was targeting the Haywin. And then we get the Eironn kill, and now we got Seth, who popped over here to kill Arden, which a lot of teams have trouble with because they can't get on the other side of this wall. And I hate to repeat myself, but that is such a big reason as to why some fights are lost that it's just crazy. So yeah, there was that one, and we made short work of it. So anyway, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I'm gonna do more videos showing this team off and showing it in different situations against different Eironn teams and whatnot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a good team, but not everybody's gonna have a Sylvina and a Seth build up. So it's kind of up to you how much you value PvP and the heroes and everything. I love the PvP, so I got most of my heroes to Supreme Plus, and then I focused all my Paragon copies into PvP heroes because I'll get through the PvE content no problem. It's not a big deal there because Supreme Plus is plenty for PvE. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.